so beautiful, beautiful. You're so beautiful, beautiful. You're so beautiful, beautiful. You're so beautiful, beautiful. I have to blink my eyes 1,000 times to understand that true love is blind. When I see you, my bad.
Good morning, family. Good morning, good morning. I am I'm so happy to be back with you guys today. I'm gonna give a update from my Louisiana trip, so this would not be a message, but I wanted to come on to uh, 3 points that I want to do today. I want to give an update from Louisiana. I want to give um, information for this atmosphere that we're getting ready to uh, come into in a different way, beginning November the 1st, with people having hardships with hunger. And also, I want to give an update on my book. So I'm trying to remember everything. But before I get started, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank you for your love and support for my family during the process of us losing our baby, our fur baby, Skylar of 16 years. He was a Maltese, and he everything began to unfold. Yeah, this is the second week. We're going into the second week of his absence. Um, we got his we had him cremated for one. So excuse me for babbling because I'm I'm just not getting back into the swing. This was the first week that we that I even looked at anything without it being blurry, if you know what I mean, cloudy, crying in it. And as you can see, my office is still my office. It's still behind me with stuff. Just started to unpack some things from Louisiana. So we received his remains last week, and everything about this house is Skylar. Everything about this house is Skylar. You look around at Skylar. When I push my chair back, because he'll tip into my room and my office, and so because he's so little, I don't see him. So before I even push back from my desk, you guys, I'm looking on the floor to make sure he's not here. And even now we do that. We'll walk through the house and we'll close doors uh, because we don't want him to go in, or we'll put a gate up by the stairs so he won't go down. And when we get to the stairs, we see that the gate is not up. We'll stop, and we'll in our brain we'd be like, "Why is the gate not up?" Skylar gonna go down and hurt himself because toward the end of his years, he couldn't go downstairs, and he was tilt over because his in that particular breed their legs would go out their knee joints. So we didn't want him to tip over, going down the stairs. So we would put the gate up, and and his food, it'd be funny because we would clean up his space, his food area, and go back just like that, and he done messed it up. Malteses are very messy eaters. That's my baby. And my husband and I, we would laugh and say, "No, you clean up. No, you clean it up." But everything about this house is Scotland, and we know that. And now when we cry, or when we get quiet, or when we get sad, or we get remorseful, those are happiness tears, happy remembrances, because we know that beyond a shadow of a doubt there was no stone left unturned to make sure he would get better. And toward the end, when they knew that there was nothing they could do, they didn't even refer us to the hospital. which is Blue Pearl. You saw my dear friend Tabitha. She's dealing with her fur baby Birkin, Duchess Birkin, and that was the first baby that I held after Skylar. So there will always be a special place in my heart for little Birkin. She's I haven't seen any updates, but yesterday she was getting the oxygen that she needed. Once everything slows down with Tabitha, she and I will be coming together. We collaborating together to bring something to you guys. I thank God for her. How the Lord brought us together and the way that He brought us together. You got to remember when paths cross, don't just look at them as ships sailing or people feet passing. What's the opportunity? What's the reasoning? And every time in my prayer, I say, Lord, how the path's going to cross today? Who am I to connect with today? And the connections that the Lord has given me, I will forever be grateful. And I just love her. I love Ray. I love King Bartley, the brand dog, and Bama and Blue, they are family, you guys. And anybody who knows anything about animal lovers, you don't meet a stranger as a human, and you don't meet a stranger as a pet, and you learn all about them. My husband and I, we are called the grandparents and the grandparents of the neighborhood. I'm head of the neighborhood watch, and we are the grandparents. And so whenever an animal goes missing, they'll come to us, say, Miss Molly, do you know who baby this is? And 9 times out of 10, I do. I do. I do. I do. I just love them. So um, I just want to thank God for you guys. Okay. Uh, Also, and just getting back into the swing of things, um, I will still be out this week because I'm getting back into the swing of things. So this post and would be just to let you know that I would be coming back in my full element, the Lord's willing, next week. But I thank you guys for supporting me. I thank you guys for loving on me. I thank you guys for sending me those who got my number, you're calling me, you're texting me, and others you're DMing me. So, and just to check on me, and that means a lot. That means a lot when you're quiet. Um, my honorary grandparents used to say, "I'm gonna be quiet today," and that means that they're gonna rest. So my husband and I find during that season, the children, we were calling each other, checking on us, each other, and making sure everybody was in a good space and everybody's dealing with their own grief in their own ways, but at the same time we are collective and checking on each other. So I am so grateful for my family. So thank you, I love you. Keep us in your prayers. This is a new journey for us. 16 years, you don't just stop doing what you normally do. We're trying to get back into the routine without him, and the routine was him for 16 years. So, and I'm going to be very honest with you about something. The last week of Skylar's life, I was in Louisiana, and we did not know that was his last week. Of course not. Death is truly a thief in the night because that was the week that we had a good time. The only time he didn't go with us was when I was on my events, the church. We couldn't take him there. And of course, we didn't take him to the tailgate. Um, but if I had known that that was his last week, I'm gonna be honest with you, I would have postponed things. I would have. I would have spent it doing the stuff that he loved, going to places that he loved, doing the things that he loved. I would have. Matter of fact, when we came back, as sick as he was, we were assessing his condition and said, well, if he does not get any better, we was gonna put him to sleep on that Friday. But that was Tuesday we said that. But of course, in the course of the night, his condition worsened, and we had to do what we had to do. We had to put him to sleep that following day, that Wednesday. So you can't plan death. You cannot. That's why I say it's a thief. Because what we were trying to do to help him to see what else was there, it's not our to call. It's not us to plan. And my husband and I uh, was very sure that this was, this could not be. what we thought. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful. So again, I love you guys, and you don't know how much I love you. You don't know how much I leaned on your prayers, and I found you praying. I could feel you praying because at times when it was so hard for me to raise up, I knew that somebody was praying for me. So I want you guys to continue to pray for me. I want you to be prayerful for my dear sister and brother Tabitha and Ray. For their sweet baby, little Birkin, my little fur niece, and then the rest of the boys they're my fur nephews. So my husband and I, we are now uncle and auntie and uncle. So it's a lot of fun. Find your joy, find your joy, and have joy. Okay. But I'm telling you, the Lord has been laying a lot of things on my heart. The Lord is allowing me to have space, and I thank Him for that. You know, I love my dad, my Heavenly Father. I love Him so much. I was able to wrap myself up in His bosom and just allow Him to love on me as I loved on Him, and thanking Him for what He's doing to help us through this process and to give us the space that we need. So but I told you I was going to come back and give you guys some highlights. So I want to shift a little bit, okay? Um, was in Louisiana, literally the best time, one of the best times of my life. I had my book signing. I want to give kudos and a shout out to St. Mary's CME Temple, my home church, the foundation of my spiritual walk. Um, and I just thank you for hosting this event for me. It was a lot. It was a lot, and it was literally everything that I had envisioned and more. And the connections that I made along the way to put this event on. I just I just want to give a shout out to you. Um, I want to give a shout out to first of all, I want to back up a minute. When this event for this event to even get started, I want to shout out my classmate Emmett Watkins. He was the instrument, the conduit, the connection for me to even think about the thought of having a book signing. And he had mentioned to me, he said, Molly, we did not. I know it's some classmates who him for one wanted to attend your first book signing, but we couldn't. It was out of town, and we have different things going on. And he said, "How about you think about having one when you come to Louisiana?" Because we had our 45th high school class reunion. And I was like, "Oh my God, Emmett, I just want to come home and eat, sleep, and enjoy. I just want to come home and enjoy. I didn't want to come home and work." But the Lord reminded me that this is what I asked Him for. The Lord never let you forget. He brings all things to your remembrance. Even what you asked for as a child, the Lord will remind you of it when He bring it to pass, because He will not allow you to forget. And of course, especially if it's along the lines of your purpose that He has set and laid out for you. And this was along the lines of my purpose. So I began to pray about it, and I said, Lord, if it's your will, make it happen. Who do I connect with? I hadn't been home in a long time, and I don't know who the people are that I can even connect with. So this is in no certain order, but I'm going to connect you with, give you the people that the Lord had laid on my heart. But the next person, two of the other people before I even start the list that I have been in prayer and the Lord had given them to me off as they began to roll off. Started, of course, with Emmett when he presented me with the idea. It was Mary Hall. We call her Mary Hall. There's a joke about her name. Her name is so short, we have to say both first and last name. But anyway, Mary Hall was one of the ones that was so instrumental into bringing this event on. And of course, none other than my classmate Vicky Carter. She was a jewel. I can't thank her enough. Between the three of them, I was like, slow down. Who else? Because they were so strong and they were so uh, willing, and it was just rolling off. It was just rolling off. And these people, Emmett, Mary, and Vicky, I thank you so much. I love you guys. We are staples in each other's hearts. And know that I will forever be grateful to you because you did not have to do it. but you did, and I'm grateful for it. So I want to make sure I stand these people out because they were my backbone. You know, of course, Vicky and Mary were my eyes and ears. They were my boots on the ground, and they were able to help me navigate through. And because of their help, they connected me with this list that I'm going to talk to you about. Let you know I want to give them a shout out. Um, Again, I want to thank Miss Veronica Tappan for her willingness and help to get this event on. I had a best time. I mean, a glorious time with DJ Rob Lord of Mix 101.9, Monroe's R&B and B and old school jam. This guy right here, hey, once I connected to him from Vicky, hey, it was a rollout. It was a rollout. It was a rollout. And it's still a rollout. We are still tough today. We're hoping to do something next year. I'll be coming back to the city and just, I'll be hanging out with Monroe. But hopefully with Louisiana Tech, I'm working on something for my alma mater college. But guys, listen, it's the people that come into your life and you don't even know. When you grow up and you lose connections, you pray and hope everybody is fine. But then when you come back and you say, wait a minute, I remember you, and everything just blossomed. That lets you know that's a God thing. That's a God thing. And to just be a part of this magnificent event. You guys, hey, you did it. Y'all did your thing. Y'all did your thing. So, and also I want to thank Mr. Clarence Hawkins, his wife, for them being able to help me. And Mr. Hawkins was, when I was presented it to him, he was like, "Hey, come home. We'll host you here at home." And that was it. That was it. And home was St. Mary. That's where I got my start. That's where I sang my first solo in church. I sang my first solo with Miss Tappan at the drama class that I was in at the high school. And I'm telling you, it was something. It was something to recall and something to be a part of. I want to thank my classmate Joanne Blackman, who was my best friend in high school, and we were able to connect, and she was there to help and do whatever she could to help me. So I thank God for you. I reached out to Letitia Jackson. You guys know, classmate known as Tish. Gone now, girl, with Gospel 1360 AM KWWJ, which is Keep Walking with Jesus. We did not get a chance to collab before the event, but we got things on the book that she and I are going to connect with. So in her absence, I'm giving a shout out to none other than Letitia, known as Tish Jackson with Gospel 1360 AM KWWJ. I also want to give a shout out to Miss Minnie Chaffold. She is with Wolf, with the department that hosted my event at St. Mary. She's with Women of Faith and Favor. Her team came together. I was in connections with her. We were connecting on both fronts, and she was ready to do whatever and whenever. So Miss Minnie, I like to call you cousin Minnie. I love you and thank you so much for being who you are. We found out that we were related, did not know it, so she's cuz now, and she knows what I'm talking about. So and I didn't get the custodian's name at the church, but I wanted to highlight you. I appreciate you for for coming in to open up for me and to whatever. I pray that we didn't leave it too dirty for you. So I thank you. I also want to thank the shepherd of the house because if it hadn't been for her, I would not have been able to be at the church. And she and I had a chance. That's none other than the Reverend Diane Neal. She and I had a chance to have conversations prior to, and then she knew my story, and we were able to connect not only as sisters but also peers in the ministry. So I am so thankful to you, Shepherd of the House, Reverend Diane Neal. And I also want to give a shout out to my cousin, Jamie Mayo. He came and presented me. Oh my God, I'm going to post. I hadn't even had a chance to do anything. So y'all see, I'm going to post the proclamation. It was Molly Day, and I thank you. I thank you so much for your office, Mayor Moore and Sarita Hollis, thinking of me for that award. And I never would have dreamed in a million years that I would be, I would come back home in this way. The struggle is real. The struggle is real. When I left home, I left as a struggling teen, and didn't know my future, but I knew I had one. I had faith to believe that. Went through some ups and downs, got some bruises, but those are my scars. You can't take my scars. I would fight you. I wish somebody would try to take my scars, because my scars represent who I am. My scars made me. My scars became my strength. My scars were, see, I didn't mean to go into a message, but oh my God, there's a message coming about my scars. But it made me who I am, and I would not slight not one scar. And everybody needs to know, don't be embarrassed about your scars. Don't look down at your scars. But those are your strengths, those are your experiences, those are your fights. And every scar represents something that God brought you through. See there, y'all getting me started. It's in me. I can't help myself. Okay, but I'm trying not to be too long. But my scars, that message is coming somewhere close and near you very soon. And so I thank you for that. I will be back, so I get a chance to meet the mayor, Mayor Moore. And I've had a conversation with Sarita since I've been back. Sarita, I'm gonna holler back at you. A lot of people was talking during the time, and they, really called in support of us during our, grieving season. But I'm telling you, everything going to is already working out. So I thank you guys for that. And let's see if it's anybody else. I want to give us a big, big, big shout out to the class of 1980. We had our 45th class reunion, and I'm going to give a shout out to Pacific people on that front. But I also want to thank my college best friend. We call each other roommate, Beverly Hudson. She came down, and I appreciate her from driving from Shreveport for my event. That's a nice little drive, but because of our love for each other and her supporting me, hey, I'm so grateful. I want to thank my ground team. My ground team consists of none other than my husband and my little baby Skylar came along. My two daughters, Ashley, I'm sorry, Amisha and Alyssa, actually didn't come on this one. Um, but my two daughters, Amisha and Alyssa, are Ace Coon. They are my 100% ground team. They on every event I go to or go on, those girls are there. And I'm thankful for that. I couldn't They run my book table, my merchandise table. I couldn't do it without them. And I'm thankful for my photographer, Monica Shotwell. She's not just my photographer, she's my sister. So my ground team was Skylar, my husband, my two daughters, Amisha and Alyssa, my photographer, Monica Shotwell. She was accompanied by her mother. Also, she came along. So I was very happy to have my ground team intact. And wherever I go, they go. So when y'all see me, y'all see them. So I want to thank them for being a part of my ground team. So I was telling you guys about my high school reunion. We had the book flowed into that event, and we had some of the best time. So it's the class of 1980. We gave a big heavy duty footprint on the city during the weekend. So I just want to thank the people who was there and gave, and I also want to give a shout out to Miss Wilma Cotton. She was one of my Staples Foundation teachers when I was in St. Mary's. So, Miss Cotton, I want to give a shout out to you. I also want to give a shout out to Dorothy Thomas for your, uh, supporting me during my event as well. But for the class of 1980, I want to thank you guys. I want to just thank those who sold into my purpose and purchased a book for me. Paula Gray, I thank you. You was at the book signing event. Robin Payton, you were at the book signing event. So I thank you guys for not only were you a part of my history for the school, but you also was a part of the event that you came out. I want to give a shout out to Georgia Jones. She was one of my ace coons that we ran around with back in the day. Ricky Dale, I appreciate you. Babette, thank you. Cirilla, you know you. Judith, Pat Smith. It was fun meeting a lot of the spouses to our friends back in high school. Kim, appreciate you. You were also at the event. So I'm very thankful for you for coming out. Cynthia Liggins, you were there too at the event, my book signing event. So thank you guys so much. If I miss anybody, y'all just let me know, and I know you will. But anyway, I want to give a shout out to Terry Lee for being there. Emily, I love you so much, girl. We bonded. I had to catch up with you. Johnny, that's Pat's husband, so I appreciate you. We had so much fun together. And Rubenair, I want to give a special shout out to you, Rubenair, for the work that you and your team did to put the reunion on. I don't know all of the people. I know Joanne Montgomery because I know the package was at her house, so I don't know the whole team, but I want to give a shout out to the 45th high school, well, to the 1980 high school class reunion team. You guys did a marvelous job. You did such a good job. You want me to? I want to get in on it, and I saw that other people did too. So, but Ruby, I want to thank you for you and Joanne, and like those are the two that I know. So, hey, charge it to my head and not to my heart. Uh, for you guys putting on that event. I do know the work, the time that goes into that. There's no dollar value can be attached to the work and the time that you guys did to that. That was volunteer. And we thank you for that. You did a marvelous job. I'm excited. I pray that I would be able to assist on the 50th because I want to. I want to be a part of it. We don't know what God is going to do as our paths have been brought back together. We know God is going to do something, and God is doing something. And for everyone to be able to still be around and be able to, come together and work, I am so grateful for you. Head over heels, kudos, my heart, and let me know when y'all have y'all next meeting because I want to join. So you did such a good job. I want to help out. I want to give a big shout out to Minister Melvin Fudge. Oh my God, the young man, the brother, the classmate talked about change. He showed out. It shows that he has been in study. It shows that he has had good training on how to deliver a message that was relevant. I thought it was the most appropriate message for the time for the class because we all have changed. We're not that little bitty person we were all those years ago. And to come together and to be able to mix and mingle with one another, it was such a blessing. It did me wonders. And I know it was the same for you guys. So Melvin, congratulations. Tip my hat out to you, my brother, because you did something and you made a ground foundation. So I need to let you know that I will be reaching out to you so that you can bring an inspiration message on Bald Beautiful Bold. So you keep your ears open. I will be reaching out to you, Minister Melvin Fudge, so that you can bless this platform and let everybody know what we already know how the Lord is using you. So get ready because classmate Molly Vaughn will be calling you. Okay, and I also want to give a shout out to Carolyn, Charlotte Lacey. Man, it was so good seeing you guys. Sharon Armstrong, of course, Joanne, part of the committed Montgomery. Susie, thank you so much. Not only did you support me and purchase a book for yourself, but you purchased a book for a coworker, and that saves a lot. That saves a lot. And I'm going to talk about the book, but that saves a lot. So I appreciate you so much for being able to be a blessing, because that's what it is getting it out to people that may not hear the podcast, that connects through you. So if anybody else want to do what Susie did, I'll talk to you about that as well. Tony, congratulations. I appreciate you so much, Tony Muse, for hanging out with us, and none other than my sister, First Lady Charlotte Smith. We had such a good time, just being apart with each other because of how we came together. So I am ecstatic on you guys putting on this reunion and you guys coming. So I love you guys. Melvin, I'm gonna reach out to you and some of you others. We already said that we was gonna connect. Those of you who got my phone number, y'all need to call me because I didn't get yours because I was too busy signing and stuff. So reach out to me so that we can stay connected. DM me, call me, whatever. You got my phone number, call me. And so I can connect with you. Okay, so and I appreciate you. I love you. But the other thing is, I want to talk to you about this new season that we're going into with hunger. I understand some of the SNAP benefits are not going to be given out due to what's going on with this administration. So let me tell you what I did, and you're going to see it posted too. Um, there's a hotline. It's called Why Hunger. There's a hotline number, and I called it because I wanted to make sure before I give it out and before I post it that it is, something that I would be able to speak to it, because my husband and I, we want to be able to help in this season as well. Okay, everybody that can help, because we know that there's a lot of people that's going to be in need. One of Lord tells us to take care of the elderly, the widows, the children, the less fortunate, and we are to do that, however, whatever that looks like. So there's a hotline number. Again, I'm going to post it, but I want to give it to you. The hotline number is 800-548-6479. And once you call this number, you can either speak with the counselor. There's different prompts for you can do. One prompt, you can speak to a counselor. Then there's other prompts, but there's another prompt that I chose that you can put in your zip code. And by putting in your zip code, it tells you what areas are closest to you where you can go and get subsidies, where you can go and get whatever you need, in way of food. And I haven't given the other areas conversation with them, but I will, because I want to be able to give that information out on in the open in real time. But the number again is, and I'm posting, you'll see it, but it's 800-548-6479. Put in your zip code, and then it will give you a list of areas that you can go to that are helping with food subsidies. So and once you call them, and I noticed that when I called them, I received a text message. And with that text message, it gave the list that they was rattling off, it put in the text message. So you're going to be able to get help, and then you can go to those food banks, and then, or you can pay it forward at the grocery store. My husband and I doing different things, and we just want to be able to be a blessing to help which in every area as we can. I thank God for my daughter Alyssa. She called us on Sunday and she said, "Mom and Dad, which how do we go about helping?" And I'm telling you, that was the baby girl. For those of you who was at the church on Thursday for the book signing, she was the one in the green. That was Alyssa. It was funny because they both go at each other, because Misha was the one that you guys met at the tailgate, because Alyssa had to go back. But they go back and forth with each other because they want to see who looks most like me. And I was like, oh God, I know they ain't finna start that right now. So some people did come up to them at the church at the book sign and say, "You do, oh you do." So they told me about it later, but they always do that. Mm-mm. But anyway, they both got both of my personality, but you know that's true. But anyway, she always asks, and that's how. come, the Lord blesses them. No matter what my initiatives are, the girls will ask them, Mama, what are we doing? I want to give this, I want to give that. And so I told them about this number, and I gave them the same information I'm posting. I sent it to them that they can give in their areas because everybody's going to need help. And but they reached out to say, Mama, how do we do this? How do we give? And girl, I just love the Lord. I love that my husband and I, we seeing that what we put into them, in real time in our lifetime, we seeing how it was productive because they are giving back, and I'm so thankful. And they always helping me, helping us when we do, especially with the books and stuff. On whenever we go somewhere, they're always there. So I will be posting this information so that everybody, and I even sent the information out to people that's with the churches so they can let them know, and I will be doing that also again. Matter of fact, I'm going to reach out to some pastors after I get off here, and give them the information and to see if they're going to be setting up something in their churches or in their communities, and we'll take something there, to help. uh, but I love paying it forward in the grocery store. I love being able to, help somebody. And, however, whatever that looks like for you. And if you're the one that needs help, call, call. Because we don't know what we're gonna need and where we're gonna be uh as we go along our journey. Okay. So I love you guys and I appreciate you guys. So you'll see that. Also, the other thing that I want to talk about is my book. Y'all listen. Right now, the book is down off of Amazon for construction. But wait, 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 wait. When the book comes back up, I have a special surprise. When the book comes back up, it's going to be in a different way. And I will tell you about that later. But right now, for those of you who wants to order the book, order it from my website because that's the only place that you're going to be able to get the book now. Order it from my website. Go to www.mollyvon.com. Put your order in for your book. Once, and I'll see it. I'll see the order. I'll see the order, and it has to go through its channels. But at least it lets me know that there's an order, and I would pull your book and get that ready for you. But the book, I just want to let you know because is undergoing construction. The book is down off of the website. And if you need the book, those of you who got my number, call me, DM me, and let me know. However, the only way you can get the book right now, I just say this book, because the second book will be coming out at the end of the year. And the third book is already writing. I am so excited. And you guys know that this is where I get my energy when I am flowing in my purpose. And I'm excited to know that what the Lord is doing and what the Lord is going to do is already in motion. So go to my website, www.mollyvon.com, order your book, and also order some merchandise too. There's some cool things there. But I just want to let you know that when loved ones stop talking, God still listens. When it comes back up, it's gonna be a surprise. I don't even I don't even try to uh, figure things out. I just flow under the anointing of God. I just flow. And when you flow in your purpose, when you allow God to do what He does, and you don't try to manipulate the process, God takes care of you. Sometimes, some things you are not to see before it's time. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'll tell you all about it later. But some things you are not to see because it can interrupt the process. And I'm thankful for what God is doing. I'm thankful for my memoir, When Loved Ones Stop Talking, God Still Listens. I'm thankful for the trajectory that it's on. But I need you guys to go to my website to get your book. The second book will be coming out. We're working on its production at the end of the year. The third book is in writing. And there's some more stuff I need to tell you, but I think I've been on a little too long, longer than I wanted to, okay? But listen, uh, I will be giving you some little things through the week, but officially I will be back on next Wednesday. But I'm gonna give you some information so that we can help families through this season. There's always a way to help. We just have to know the way. Okay? But listen, and don't forget, Melvin Fudge, Minister Melvin, Evangelist Molly, whatever I will, Pastor Molly. Lord, let me know I'm the pastor of my podcast. So, Pastor Molly will be calling you to get you ready to give an inspiration uh, to this platform. So, just get ready for that. I want to thank all of you 1980 class for, especially the reunion committee with Ruby and with Joanne Montgomery. I want to thank you guys for the work that you guys did. It's a memorable in our hearts and in our minds. But in the meantime, pay attention to your people, your neighborhoods, and help pay it forward if you can. If pay it forward, if you need help, let somebody know. I will be posting some valuable information. But in the meantime, I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Okay, keep me in your prayers. Everything is going well, as to be expected, and can be without our fur baby Skylar. But we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you for watching Bald, Beautiful, Bold Molly V's Alopecia Journey. This show is to inspire and empower individuals to be strengthened by their own testimonies versus being weakened by their experiences. To find out more about Molly Vaughn's show or to order her latest book, When Loved Ones Stop Talking, go to Molly Vaughn's website at mollyvaughn.com. See you next time.